Hello and welcome to Leadership Across Cultures. My name is Professor Bourne, and I am elated for the opportunity to spend this next 8 weeks with you. I wanted to provide you a quick video or lecture in relation to what to expect for this next 8 weeks. Wanted to quickly talk through the syllabus. Each week, you will see that you will be provided quite a bit of reading and videos as well as work that needs to be done. So I will check in each week, providing you updates and just directing you in the way that you would need to go for the week to be most successful. Again, my name is Professor Bourne, and I will remain available to you via email or phone throughout this course for anything that you may need. A few of you have already emailed me, and I have tried to respond to you as quickly as possible. I do work on another career, or I do work within another career um, during the day, and I'm a chief learning officer for San Bernardino County. I've been there for a little bit over 29 years and am excited to bring you my experiences, my knowledge, and all in relation to leadership and how that impacts working in very diverse arenas. I have served as an adjunct professor. I believe this is going into my third year, so very excited. I have taught many courses in the Human Services program and have also served in the Organizational Leadership program. So very excited for teaching this class. Leadership is near and dear to my heart, and I have a great passion for training and coaching in relation to leadership. So over the next 8 weeks, in addition to all of your reading and your learning, I look forward to being able to share some of those thoughts, experiences, and lessons learned. To jump really quick into our syllabus, it shares my information here, your required textbooks. You should have those already, whether you've purchased hard copies and or have them on Amazon. I would suggest the publication manual for the APA 7th edition. Doing that in hard copy is just nice and easy to reference throughout the course. This is a 500 series going back up to the top in relation to the course type. So really making sure that you are formatting and really being able to articulate in your discussions and in your writing well thought out, professional, and high level educational responses. And so the goals of this course, as you see here and have had an opportunity, I'm sure, to look at it as you had to complete the SRA, well, the agreement in relation to making sure you understood the requirements of the course in relation to the syllabus and the weekly learning objectives. So I'm not going to read each one here. I'm assuming that you've already read through this and it is meeting your need for this course. Where I do want to jump to is um, you will have discussion boards each week, you will have reading assignments, you will have a big ideas summary post that might be slightly different for some of you. But in relation to this class, each week you will generate the top 5 to 7 big ideas that you encountered during the week from all that was assigned. So it can consist of information that's new, something that inspired you, it made you change your way of thinking, or made you put something into practice in a different way. The presentation will be in an engaging narrative format using a narrated PowerPoint, VoiceThread, Screencast-O-Matic, or Brainshark formats. I look forward to seeing those each and every week. You will also have reflection assignments, and they'll be due at the mid, and the end of the course, where you will identify significant issues from the discussion board, response to the blog, as well as those made to your classmates, and write about the ways in which you believe they extended the understanding and discussions about cultural challenges and leadership. You will be greatly challenged in this course to really not only read and understand, but to reflect and then articulate that in a way that helps for the reader and for your peers to better understand how you are grasping the information and applying it in your day-to-day way of life. You will also have Leadership Across Cultures, a case study report. So you're going to analyze a case study, and you'll see more details in regards to that as we go through each week, as well as an issue paper that will be required along with the critical assignment at the end of the course. So a lot of work will take place in this course. This is a 500 series course. You would not be here if it was not intended for you to be at the place and time that you are now. So open yourself to be able to learn and grow and really hear from not only my lectures, but your peers, as well as your readings, and putting all those things into perspective and applying those in your day-to-day field of work. To cover how all of the assignments are graded over the next 8 weeks, you'll have 8 discussion boards with response to blog. They're 20 points per week. You'll also have your reading assignments, 7 at 50 points per week. Your big idea summary, 1 per week. Reflection assignment. You have a number 1 mid-course, a number 2 end of course, and then you'll see here, I've spoken already about the case study report, the issue paper, and then your critical assignment, really carrying the highest level of points possible for that one assignment at 170 points. So you're looking to accomplish a total point of 1,000 points for how your grade will be calculated. And you can see here, based off of percentages, and I'm going to jump really quickly to the weekly assignments. Here in your syllabus, it will outline each of the weekly assignments. I'm going to go into your learning activity in just a few moments, so I won't spend too much time here. I do want to scroll down to talk about expectations and late policies. I expect all your work to be your work. I will look to ensure that you are referencing and using appropriate APA for your sourcing. Please, please, please do not use anything that is not yours, and make sure if you are using something such as a quote that you are including that source with that information. It's very important that you do so. It does stand out, especially to professors that do this on a regular basis. Again, at this level, I don't expect to see that, but just want to reiterate that professionalism of it being your work and your responses to your peers, remaining kind and professional. We are here. Cal Baptist is obviously a Baptist school, Christian based in the sense of making sure that we are here to show our support and love for one another, and not to knock down or make someone feel as though their thoughts or understandings are not fitting for a response. So just keeping in mind that you remain kind and loving and supportive throughout the course. Late work is not intended to be accepted. I understand life happens and things happen. I ask that you contact me right away prior to the due date if you assume it to be late, and provide an explanation. I will try to work with you. I want everyone to be successful in this course. And so making sure that you are doing your part by meeting the timelines and submitting work timely prior to or no later than the due date and time. And if you're unable to do that, if you please reach out to me beforehand so we can make appropriate arrangements. If you do not reach out to me beforehand, I cannot guarantee that the work will be accepted. I have spoken to just making sure that you are appropriating your responses. That's the network etiquette, but it's etiquette of cyberspace, means the forms prescribed by authority to be required in social and official life. In other words, etiquette is a set of rules for behaving properly online. We're all adults. We all know what that looks like or should be, and so that is the expectation for this course as well. Moving back up to the top, I want to jump into the learning activities and just to review the agenda for this week. As I said before, all of you should have already completed your SRA, your Student Responsibility Agreement, in order to have access to all your weeks. Here, your reading for this week, you should be reading from the Chin and Tremble chapters 1, 2, and 3. So you will be reading all 3 of those chapters as an introduction to this course, Diversity and Leadership. You also will need to review the Global Dexterity, and that is the preface and chapter 1. So make sure that you're allocating appropriate time to make sure that all of those chapters are read and reviewed for this week. You will also have a discussion board response to case study that is due by day 4. So make sure that you are reviewing that and allowing time for it to be completed by day 4. As you know, with discussion boards, each of you will not only complete your discussion board, which is a minimum 250 to 300 words, but you also will provide a response to your peers. And so it's very important that we do that ahead of time to allow for appropriate responses. For the weekly discussion board for week 1, the objective of this assignment is to ensure that you have practice in observing application of the weekly content and respond to your colleagues with your ideas. Read the responses and investigate their diverse responses to deepen your understanding of the weekly content. So what you'll need to do is read and respond to the case study, leading across differences. Select the one from the 3 listed categories of questions at the end of each case study. So it's either core, reflective, or case-specific questions to frame your response. And as I said, it should be minimum 250 to 300. Here below, it lets you know how the discussion will be graded based on your level of achievement and competence of your responses. Sorry, it looks like it's not clicking. I'm trying to click to the next one. This is where you will retrieve the case study. And as you see here, you'll review the case, and then as described here, oh, it's coming up really weird. So here you can see the questions for the case-specific questions, the reflective questions, as well as the core questions. So you'll pick from any one of those categories, and then that's where you will give your response. So discussion board week 1, the explanation of how to do that is in the first link. In the second week link, as you see here, that's where you have the actual case study. So to make sure that you are completing your reading and each week to make sure that you provide your response to what you learned from that week, taking into consideration the 1, 2, 3 different categories, and there is actually a template here that you can use as well. where you're going to outline your responses, including making sure that you connect the biblical verse and or principles where appropriate. There's no length requirement to this assignment. However, I want to know and see in your response for the week how you captured the essence of the material. So making sure that you provide and are able to articulate that in a way that is clear for myself as the reader to make sure that it's a clear understanding of what you captured for the week. Here under Watch, Listen, and Learn, you will find not only my lecture, but you will also find numerous videos and information that will reiterate the discussion for the week and what we are learning for this course. So make sure, in addition to the readings and the discussions and your reflection for your text reading, for your responses, that you still allow time to come here and review all of this material prior to doing those things, as it will help support all that you need to know for the week. Moving on. This is a case study. It's a Leadership Across Cultures case study report. So this is what you will review, and this assignment is not due until week 2, day 7, but it's given to you ahead of time to acclimate you and allow you the opportunity to read through it, review it, and then have appropriate time to briefly describe the components of the organizational climate and value systems that worked against a comprehensive approach to diversity for each company, suggest how strategic thinking about diversity could be used to improve future outcomes for each of these two companies, and based on your learning about diversity and leadership in this course, suggest 3 action steps each company might take to move forward and make a case for the one that you think should come first. So you really want to allow time, and this here really breaks it down and gives you what you need to complete that study. Again, not due till week 2, day 7. And then last but not least, as we discussed before, each week you will have your big ideas, and this is where you're going to post for 10 points, where you're going to complete the readings and assignments for the week, and then answer each of the questions below 100 words each, minimum. So what do I already know about diversity and leadership that can help me in this course? In the study of diversity and leadership, is the study of diversity in leadership important to me? Why or why not? How much time will I allocate to this course every week? And how will I spend that time? What do I most want to learn in this course? And what kind of feedback from the instructor do I want and or expect? This will help me adjust to the lectures, to the information that I share. It will be very, very beneficial. You will find each week I will give a lecture based off of the week prior. That way it can assist with me giving you any feedback or sharing any specifics that you may need to know. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to me. I usually try to get back to you within 24 hours, if not sooner. Again, I look forward to this, as you will see as we transition into week 2 and through week 8. The lectures will share more details in relation to the course, but this one was just introduction to get you acclimated, to introduce myself, and to let you know I'm very excited to work with you and kind of cover important aspects of the course. I think that is it for now, and I look forward to reconnecting with you more so next week. Have a wonderful and blessed week, and may God be with you through all things. Until we meet again, we'll talk soon.